Next topic is 8086 memory segmentation. So as we know, the address bus of 8086 is 20 bit, but there is no register to hold the 20 bit address of the 8086. So 8086 uses the memory segmentation concept, in which the 1 MB memory is organized into the segments. There are 4 segments in which the memory is divided, that is code segment, data segment, extra segment, stack segment. So these are the 4 segments. As we know, there is no register to hold the 20 bit address, but we have to generate the 20 bit address by using the segment registers and offset registers. In the register organization, we have seen the functions of the segment registers and index and pointer registers. So what is the function of the segment register? Segment register hold the upper 16 bit of the base address. Base address means the starting address of the segment. So the upper 16 bit is stored into the segment register, and if we want to calculate the address of particular location, so then the distance between that particular location and the base address is called as the offset address, and that is stored into the index and pointer registers. So we have 4 segment register: code segment, data segment, extra segment and stack segment. And index and pointer registers are 5: SP, BP, SI and DI. SP, BP, SI and stack pointer, base pointer, source index, destination index and index pointer registers. Okay, so now we will see how we will generate the 20 bit address using this base address and the offset address. So this is the diagram of memory segmentation, in which the memory is divided into 4 segments. Now generation of 20 bit physical address. In this we have to use one segment register and one index and pointer register. So for example, the CS contents is, this is the base location and the address of this base location is 34880. This is the 20 bit address. Now CS contains 348A, that is upper 16 bit of the base address. Okay, and this is the offset address. This is the offset address, which is 4214, which is the distance between the required location and the memory location. So now we have CS as 348A and IP as 4214H. Now the first step is shift the contents of this segment register by 4 bit position, insert 0 and then add the contents of the pointer register into it. So this is 348A, and this is these are the zeros inserted into the memory, and this is 4214. Okay, so the first step is shift the contents of the segment register to the left, add 0 and then add the contents of the pointer and index register into it. So this is your 20 bit address, which is 38AB4H. So this is the 20 bit address of the location. Okay, so this is the way in which we can produce the 20 bit address. And there is a table, so we can use the particular pointer register with the particular segment register. Like here, for the code segment IP is used, for the stack segment SP is used. If there is a DS register, then we can use SI register, effective address, as well as BX register. Okay, if ES is used for the string, then we use the offset address that is stored into the DI. Okay, so that is, this is the table, and I have explained it in the class also. Okay, so according to that we have to generate the 20-bit address. Now what is the advantages of memory segmentation? So this segmentation allows the memory addressing capacity to be 1 MB even though the length of the register is 16 bit. It allows the instruction code data and stack portion to be more than 64 KB. Means what? Means we can use the multiple code segments as well as multiple data segments. Then it separates the memory area for code, data and stack. Means we can place code into the code segment, data into the data segment. Segmentation make it easy to switch from one user program to another program. Okay, so these are the advantages of memory segmentation. It permits a program or its data to be put in different areas of memory. Means we can put the code into the code segment and data into the data segment. Okay, so this is the memory segmentation, and this is the compulsory question in the university exams.